have the privilege to call her Ma. Some call her Grandma, some say Nanny, some say Aji, some say Mamin, some say neighbor, you know, different things. And the night would not be complete if we didn't pay tribute to my mother, who really has lived a lifetime, you know, especially in this day and age where we're losing people so easily. So tomorrow is my mother's birthday, but we chose to do the celebration today because some of our siblings won't be here tomorrow. So we decided that so that everybody could participate, we decided to have a program. I'm not so short, I'm not sure how it's going to go. Really a tribute to my mother, Mrs. Rookmin, Mom in Bridgelal. So Ma, we'd like to invite you to take the chair. So a number of the members of the family, they have prepared different offerings to my mother as we celebrate her birthday. My mother is the great-grandmother of 2 children. So the eldest of the great-grand, he has a poem that he specially prepared for my mom, and I'd like to invite Divesh now to come and do his poem.
Sitaram. I am saying it good. Okay. Sitaram, everyone. This is Divesh, the first great-grandchild of my Nanima. He's called my Nanima. So my Nanima, I want to wish you a happy birthday. May God bless you and many more to come. You are so special, who I know I can depend on to always cheer me up with his song, to help me know right from wrong. So many memories we will share. I know that I'm so lucky. Love you more than words can say. From your 2 great-grandsons, Divesh and Dinesh. Thank you.
It was said that the number 1 fear that people have is public speaking. And the second fear is death. So people are more afraid of speaking in public than they are to die. You know, but Divesh has some Bridgelal blood in him, so I think give him a little chance that big mouth would step in at some point in time. So my mom has 2 grandchildren, but she has 2 great-grandchildren, but she has 17 grandchildren. So they all got together and they decided that they wanted to do something special for my mother's
eldest grandchild. We are here today to celebrate this moment where past and future are gathered to honor my grandmother on her 75th birthday. Many of you know her by different names, maybe Mamin or Mom or Nani, but she's always simply been Grandma to me. Grandma has raised 9 little nuggets who turned out to be thoughtful, caring, and brilliant adults. She raised her children well, and that is so obvious as they all live her values of kindness and compassion. I know she didn't read any parenting books or even had her own mother around to teach her how to be. She even played a big part in raising some of her grandchildren at times. I remember when I was little and still lived in Trinidad, spending a lot of time up here in this very house. I used to even run away from school sometimes during lunch to come and see my grandma and what she cooked. Even when we moved to America, I was lucky enough to spend time with her. I remember Christmases together and just regular weekends when everyone would get together. I remember Grandma always cooking something, and she's still like that to this day. I'm always extra happy to eat her food. Okay. Okay, so, and you guys like to make, well, the family likes to make fun of me of how I dance. I will have you guys know that I got my dancing skills from my grandma. There was one Christmas day in particular. It was not too long after my brother and I moved up to America. So it was just Grandma and Auntie Tila and us. And, you know, we opened presents and ate, and we played music, and everyone danced, even Grandma. So from the outside looking in, our gatherings probably didn't seem too exciting, but we were all together, and it was a really happy times. And now today, 4 generations come together to celebrate a remarkable person, a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, a friend to many near and far, and someone with much to be proud of. If you want to get a sense of just how much is given to me, all of you, and the world, let me remind you that without her, many of us...
So I will be reading his speech from him. It is almost impossible to think about my life without thinking of Grandpa. As a kid, I was lucky enough to have her in my life, almost daily. I remember going to Johnson's farm apple or peach picking, going for hair riots or the flea market, watching the fireworks together. I remember Grandma and I watching Indian movies, which seemed like all day long, only to have her pick 1 or 2 of them to watch again that evening when my mom came home from work. This seems like a daily task. I remember her and I walking to the local garden center and she buying flowers and veggies to plant in our garden. I remember listening to her and my parents talk and laugh at things I knew was not funny, but they were cracking up too. I thought how crazy these people were. You knew she was home when you heard music to Bonanza or High Tafel on TV. That channel was just changed on its own. At Christmas time, one Lifetime movie after the other, she got emotionally involved in everyone. When Grandma is home, the house smells different. She's always cooking something. Until now, I never thought about memories. Things were what they were. Sometimes she was home and the other time she was not. Looking back through the years, I understand how lucky I was to have her in my daily life. Like my mom, it is not a great idea to get them angry. Grandma is known for her laugh. My best memory is when she's home. My best food is pumpkin and Bridgelal. Best present is Batman helmet. And best grandma is you. Sending you some Texas-sized love to you, Grandma, and wishing you a very happy birthday.
I'm here to wish my grandmother, Nani, a happy 75th birthday. Nani, you are not just my Nani. You're much more to me. You're always there to listen to me, to understand me whenever you're here. From a little girl growing up, and as I'm getting older, and I think about my childhood, my mother and Nani was the two that always seemed to be there, no matter what. The 4 years Mom lived and worked in America was hard. Not in a living way, but I missed my mother. All I wanted was her. Nani was there for me, and my 2 brothers, Devanan and Devendra. In every way and in everything she was there. I'm sure Mom could say Nani was a hero, because without Nani, I don't know how it would be for us today. I know we wasn't an easy bunch to deal with, but you didn't give up on us. Nani, I'm so happy to be here to tell you how much I love you and how much you mean to me. As a mother today of 2, I accept the challenge to be just like you, to educate my children, love them unconditionally, give them everything I can. Nani, I thank you for being you. I wish you got good health, strength, courage, understanding, patience, and a world of love. I love you very much. Happy birthday.
And I'm the 11th of 17 grandkids in the family. Few grandchildren ever have the opportunity to really get to know their grandparents. I have been so lucky to know you and to have developed such a firm friendship with you in spite of. So much this is due to your warmth and wit. You and I would sit and you would tell me stories from when you were a teenager just like myself. And we would simply enjoy each other's company. Our relationship really flourished once I was a little older, and two of us began to spend a lot of time alone together. You were always keen to hear about what was going on in my life, especially and what was experiencing things you never had and learn about life as experienced by my generation. In more recent years, as I pressed you more, you began to share anecdotes from your past. You didn't have an easy life, losing your mother when you were very young, then coping with the effects of my grandfather's death. But you still had a store of funny stories. Whoever knows my grandmother knows that even before she starts to tell the stories, she starts to laugh uncontrollably and can't even get the story out. You have so many wonderful qualities which you not only instill in your kids, but also all of your grandkids. From the way you talk to the way you cook. Anyone who knows the Bridgelal family knows that when everyone speaks, they sound like they're quarreling. Well, guess who we got that from? She also cooks really good. She is definitely a 5-star chef, and so is all of her children. But here's the difference. Nanny runs to the kitchen, while my mom runs away from the kitchen. Nanny is the person who is filled with laughter and love. She may not say she loves you every day, but her actions show differently. For example, when she cooks karayali, she knows I won't eat that, so she'll make fried aloo for me. She is one filled with kindness and compassion. All of her children live her values. She raised children who are strong, selfless, and tolerant. I know this because I've been testing their tolerance for the past 17 years. She has the moral and mental fabric that makes someone great. I will remember you as one of the most optimistic, cheerful, and resilient people I have ever known. When I'm an older woman myself, I know I will think of you, and I'm sure will appreciate more fully what an excellent example you set. It will be in no small part down to you if I succeed in following it. Happy birthday.
Love, at its very basis, is affection towards something. This something can be people, things, or places that are important to us. Love is how we gauge the importance of these things in our lives, as the more important things are more prominent in our hearts and minds, and the less important are dwelled upon as much. On a more complex level, love is the feeling you get when you have something in your life you can't live without. It's a constant, as we have people like friends and family who support us unconditionally and who are always there for us. One of these constants for me is my Ajing. My Ajing is someone who has always embodied the definition of the word love. The very earliest memory I have of Ajing is when I came to Trinidad for the first time when I was younger. We had just arrived and were on our way to meet her. I remember my dad tapping on my shoulder and saying, "Look, there's your grandma." And when I looked in the direction he was pointing in, she was waving at us through a store window with a big smile on her face. Every time I see her, to this day, I think about that memory and how blessed I am to have her smile in my life. I'm sure I speak for many people when I say that Aji's smile, presence, and existence are all things that have shaped our lives to be what they are today. She laid the groundwork for generations to come, taking her children with her to temple, instilling values in them that were passed down to me. Without these values, I wouldn't be the person I am today, nor would I have been presented with the opportunities and have seized them. Back in Houston, I am president of a nationally recognized leadership program, so needless to say, I give a lot of speeches and do a lot of public speaking. Out of all the speeches I've given, this one is by far the most important because it is about a person who holds such a positive force in the universe. And I am so proud to be able to call her my grandmother. I found this poem that I feel perfectly embodies everything we are here to celebrate today. Are there guardian angels? I believe so, for God gave me a beautiful lady to help watch me grow. A lady so beautiful, inside and out, she had to be an angel God let slip out. This lady's a blessing from the Lord up above, who taught me life's lessons through courage and love. A lady to protect me from all of my fears, and love me and hold me and wipe all my tears. A lady so special, she's touched the lives of many and keeps us together at all costs, if any. This lady is my grandma. To her I do owe all the joy life can bring wherever she goes. I love you, Grandma. Thank you for being you.
Sitaram. Today we have all gathered here to celebrate the grand 75th birth anniversary of Rookmin Marvin Bridgelal, my nanny. As a child growing up, I would have heard stories of her life and realized that it really has been an eventful one. Surely, during those 75 years, there have been tears of pain, but also tears of joy. As I stand here today, I am proud to tell everyone my nanny has touched me and really has been a role model to me. She really loves me with all her heart, and I can boast to everyone that I am #1 grandson. Likewise, all her other grandchildren may be thinking the same. She has been a role model to all her children and grandchildren, and her sense of dedication and commitment has been passed on to each of them in some way or another. One thing that stands out to me is the close resemblance that is evident between Nanny and all her children. My mom is no different. My Nanny in print. When I look at Nanny, I see my mom. And when I look at mom, I see my Nanny. The only thing that my mom is a little darker shade than Nanny. They walk the same, they look the same, not to mention the curly same. Why they got curls? And guess what? According to them, there's always for a good reason. The only difference is that Nanny curls at bullet speed, so you just struggle to understand what she really says. But my mom is much slower, so you can understand every word she does. I guess with time, she will get some bullet speed like Nanny. However, if you ask them, they will deny that they are curling. They will just say that is the way they talk. If I had to think about one major difference between both my mom and Nanny, it would definitely be that my mom loves to cook. I mean, that my Nanny loves to cook. I will not say anything further on that note because it might lead to my demise. On a more serious note, Nanny always encourages us to be the best we can. And as she did with her children, she encourages us to go to temple, sing, play and study our work, and all positive things. These are the exact same things my mom encourages Nilesh and I to do. With all the talent in the family, we could even form our own section. As I end off, once more, happy birthday to you, Nanny.
Grandma, there isn't a grandma sweeter than a grandma just like you. One filled with love and laughter in everything you do. I've learned a lot through the years. Oh, Grandma, can't you see? Live, laugh, and love is what you taught to me. Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you.
Mood a little bit. From all this talking, let's go to dance. You know, when Priya was very small, you know, this is sometimes people come with things from previous lifetimes. The girl have told that Priya came with this love of dance from a previous lifetime. I think she was dancing in her mom's tummy, you know, and I always remember. She was really dancing in mom's tummy. I always remember the story that they tell of Priya that her dad used to warn her because Priya, like when the music started playing, Priya used to get a spirit of her own. And it was like the music used to take over her body. And Priya dancing from very small, 1 year, 2 years. Her dad told her, he said, Priya, when you go out, behave yourself. Don't be dancing if you hear music. So she went out with my mom and a few other people. And she went to Princestown. And they heard music playing. Priya started to dance. So I think my mom told her, she said, Priya, I will tell your father. She said, what you can tell my father? And I was dancing up in Princestown. You know, Priya, my mom always loves to see her dance. You know, so we thought it was only fitting that she shares in her dance for my mom tonight.
Very good singers, except me. However, I challenge myself to sing a song to my mother today, so please hear me. Living in hot bargain is my mother, Rookmin. She married my father and had 11 children. Tried very hard to make us all happy, working in the farm every day with Papi. Her hands had become all calloused and wrinkled and old. A life of hardship was the story she told. She carried a cross that was more than her share. Living in hard bargain is my mother, Rookmin. Living in hard bargain is my mother, Rookmin. She married my father and had 11 children. Tried very hard to make us all happy, working in the farm every day with her doing things she complained. Her life had been bitter, but she will live it again. I looked at my mother and think why so much pain, only to realize karma is to be blamed. Living in hot bargain is my mother, Rookmin. She married my father and had 11 children. Tried very hard to make us all happy, working in the farm every day with Papi. She tried very hard to make us all happy, working in the farm every day with Papi. Thank you.
It was suggested first by Gora, and my brother, he jumped in right away. So a lot of us, we were kind of hesitant and kind of drawn back. And he was the one. He said yes, this is something that we should do. And he was pushing us from the beginning, and he was so enthusiastic about it. And he told us, he said, I have a surprise item, and he kept it so well hidden. Only last night was the first time we could all his talent coming out. So it's such a wonderful offer. I think we're also touched by it. I can't wait for my video. Okay, so he's going to do the second part of his item. He needed to take a minute.
Thank you, my sister. A mother's love is the fuel that enables a child to do the impossible. Let me repeat that. A mother's love is the fuel that enables a child to do the impossible. You see, women have the power to create, nurture, and transform. Sit down, everyone. We are all gathered here to honor our mother, Rookmin Bridgelal, on this significant day of her life and give gratitude. We also want to celebrate our sister Indira Subding 47th birthday. I am so happy that all our brothers and sisters are here on this joyous occasion. I have been chosen to say a few words as the eldest sibling of 11 children. Birthdays give us a chance to celebrate life and the many wonderful memories it brings. Ma, our life is a reflection of what we have learned from you. Your laughter still to this day brings me overwhelming joy. Thank you for loving me despite all my shortcomings. Your love is understanding of all situations and forgiving of all mistakes. God truly gave a gift to the world when you were born. You have touched so many lives over the past years. Growing up, we were all protected by your love, comforted by your hugs, and motivated by your life. You told us the world is the way it is, and we must live our life inside of it. You said money can provide security, but not happiness. And that family is the most important thing we will have. You have always been persistent in service, joyfully giving your tenderly love, sacrificing your time, being patient with us and quick to give praises. When life became tough and you faced adversity, you stood strong and courageous. You found strength in God and your faith to overcome each obstacle and make the best of what was available. I have admired how you can be strong and firm, yet soft and gentle all at the same time. I believe God gives his most difficult battles to his strongest soldiers. Growing up poor and having many children had given purpose to your life. You believe that through prayers, tomorrow can always be better than today. You believe we must not only dream, but also act in order to find out what is beyond our hopes. I want to wish happy 75th birthday to my mother, who sacrificed so much for her family. and never ask for wages, no praise, but seek only the good from us, while inspiring us to reach for the stars. It's been said, the more difficulties one encounter within and without their life, the more significant their life will become. I know we all find ourselves at times becoming impatient with our mother. However, everything that has value is looked after and cared for. I pray, Lord Krishna, bless us to stay humble, show respect, give trust, and be patient, because your word is priceless. Today, we all live a life of success and fulfillment, because we learn from you that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns denial into acceptance, a meal into a feast, a house into a home. It turns what we have into enough. Ma, I love you very much. If God had given me the choice to choose my mother, I would definitely choose you, because it's true. Angels do walk among us. We call her Ma. Ma, I want to thank you for your unconditional love and friendship. May your light continue to shine bright in all its glory and inspire humanity everywhere. As Lord Krishna bless you on life's journey. Happy birthday. Ma, I love you.
Sitaram, everyone. Matru Devo Bhava. Mother is God. From the time we could speak and understand, we were taught this principle. Our mother is a representation of God on earth, and she is our first guru. These are concepts that have been proven over and over in my life. My relationship with Ma, Mama when I want something, Mommy, Mom, or when I really need to get her attention, Auntie Mamin, has taken several phases over my 37 years on this earth. In my earliest memory of her, I saw her as invincible, all-knowing, and the strongest of the strong. To me, she was Durga in the literal sense, God on earth. She was my fortress, who I ran to, hiding my face in her skirt when my little world didn't look quite right. And either with a kiss or a hug, or knowing exactly what to do, she fixed it. She always did, to the best of her ability. And it was always enough. As I grew older, I marveled at how brave my mom was. Unlike anyone else her age, I saw her perform tasks that would frighten even those much younger and much worldlier than she was. She was at the very least an equal partner in strength to my father, working foot to foot in the cane fields, but at the same time also expertly managing the 9 children and her family affairs at home. Her work never seemed to end. She traveled on her own to the back then intimidating USA unflinchingly, or so it seemed to an inexperienced me, becoming the main breadwinner in our family when it was needed, and worked tirelessly for her family's welfare, never speaking of the sacrifices that she made. She was an expert and still is in Barakat. She became mother and father to us after Papi passed, and kept our family comforted and safe in the knowledge that we had an unbeatable core of strength in each other, which would always remain our refuge. Not a challenge seems to unnerve my mother. Her fierce independence and determination is so unwavering that I overflowed then and still do today with great admiration and love for Ma. Ma had very little formal education, giving up her schooling at a very tender age to take care of her father and siblings after her mother passed away. But she perhaps has the most common sense and dheeraj, or resilience, of anyone I have ever known, ever. I remember once when I was in Form 1 at NAPS, and I had my first exposure to Shakespeare. So we were studying A Midsummer Night's Dream. And I opened the book, and I looked at the words on it, and I burst into tears. What language was this? What were they saying? Why can't they speak like normal people? I vented my tearful frustration to Mom one evening during homework, and I was shocked to see her take the book and go through line by line and make sense out of it for me until I can do it on my own. You just have to take your time, Tara, she said, attempting to teach me patience. This memory has often made an appearance in my thoughts because it reminds me not only how smart my mother is, but she has always had that extra patience when it came to me. That statement does not live in the past tense. As my life progressed into the challenging teen years, then 20s, then 30s, her unconditional love and support for me has grown and remains one of my greatest treasures. She has believed in me at times when even I have questioned myself. As I continue to expand on my life experiences, I now understand that the brave superwoman exterior that seemed invincible and unmatched masked a sometimes afraid, lonely, and self-doubting person who relied a lot on the love of her family and her faith in her God to move forward. No one in my life has been a greater example of matchless faith to me. Ever encouraging in her spiritual growth, she taught by example. Always a bhajan on her lips, her daily puja, years of performing Satnarayan Katha each full moon, strict fasting during every Navratri, and her love for yagna and satsang. She has taught us that prayer is always the answer, and that God should never be a last resort when everything else has failed, but our first point of resolution. Mom, I think you know how much we love, honor, and cherish you. We all try every day to let you know. I look at all of your children, and I see parts of you in every single one of us. In Boyan, I don't know where he went, I see your great desire for the increased harmony and intimacy that sustains our unique family. In Tila, I see your amazing independence and take action attitude, and as she gets older, some of your unfiltered freedom of speech and expression. In Gora, I see your fierce strength and resilience, the ability to overcome anything shiningly, and the skill to cook anything deliciously. In Indira, I see a similar Durga energy, the brute power when her loved ones are threatened, complemented by the tenderness and softness of her Shakti when she is at peace. In Nadi, you are unmistakable. She shares your unshakable faith and is such a pillar of silent strength that rages behind a petite exterior. In Pradeep, I see your determination in providing for your family in every way possible, and the strength of character to always stand for what is right to the best of his ability. In Devika, I see your bravery and kind heart, your light-heartedness, and the ability to laugh wholeheartedly, enjoying the moment without reservation. In Rishi, I see the same fierce and unquestionable love for his children, and the desire to create a better world for them. And I see his determination, even when the odds seem to be against him. And in Tara, the question is, which part of you is not there? Maybe your cooking skills. I see the harsh exterior that attempts to protect a vulnerable heart. I hear your words mechanically coming out of my mouth at times, and I'm startled. I understand the intense feelings of helplessness when our loved ones are threatened. And like my other siblings, I share your fierce independence, sometimes to my detriment. But I also see in me your ability to love. It is said that you can never truly understand how much your mother loves you until you have children of your own. For obvious reasons, I can't personally say if that is true, but I won't allow it to disqualify me from recognizing how much you have done for me and who you are to us every single day. By your example, you have taught us all to try to be better people, to love each other, to love God, and to be kind to each other. I pray for your health of body, mind, and spirit. I pray that you always know how much you are loved by each of us, even when expressed differently. I pray for as many healthy and joyful years ahead as you want for yourself. May our beautiful Lord Sri Krishna ever keep you within his eyesight and arm's reach. I love you, Mom, with everything that I am. On behalf of Shiva, myself, and the rest of your Maluba and Parivar back in Texas, we all wish you a very happy birthday.
So we couldn't let the night pass without asking a member of the family next door who was close to us, like our own brothers and sisters, to say a few words, to my mother. I think Hema was volunteered, so I'd hand over to Hema to share a few words.
Namaste and Sitaram, everyone. When our family was asked to join in celebrating this most special occasion, I wondered what words I can use to describe the contributions of such a pious person in our lives, and I thought only the dictionary of the heart could provide such. We have been given the privilege of saying a few words of a woman that has been a pillar of strength in our family and by extension our community. Tanti Mamin, you are a person who is truly loved and appreciated by our family. Just as you taught your children, you shared with us your knowledge, morals, and values, helping to shape our daily lives, making us better individuals for ourselves, our families, and our village. Your ability to communicate with everyone without discrimination of any kind, your fortitude, and your sense of calmness makes you an individual who stands above the rest. Humility is a mark of a righteous person, and you are most definitely one such individual. You are no doubt a true inspiration to all, and we are extremely proud to emulate all of your qualities as we continue to live presently. You are equally as beautiful inside as you are outside. You are simply amazing. May your inner elegance continue to shine on the lives of everyone you love and love you in return. On this auspicious occasion, may you continue to be blessed with good health, love, and happiness. From our hearts to yours, we love you dearly and happy birthday.
Thank you, Hema. One of the things that has played such a huge part in our lives is the Triveni Mandir. Last night Tara was asking, she said, who's coming to sing Hanuman Chalisa? So I said, the members of the temple. So she said, well, I thought it was me. So I said, well, how can you make a distinction between Triveni and us, because we're all so close. Has played such a vital part in our upbringing. So tonight we couldn't let the night go by without asking someone from the temple to say a few words. So I'd like to ask Vani just to bring greetings from the temple.
Namaste, Sitaram, Panditji, dear devotees. I have been asked to bring birthday greetings and best wishes to Auntie Mamin. Before I do so, I have to say, Tanti Mami, you look spectacular. Yes, you do. The minute they put that crown on her, I was telling Taimal, and Taimal even made the comment, she looks just like, a pageant winner, a beauty queen. And even without that crown on your head right now, I'm sure everyone can attest that you are indeed a queen to this family, and by extension, this community, and our home at Triveni Mandir. Even way before my time, I know you have been a pillar of strength, and you have brought your blessings, and especially with those wonderful hands. Anyone who knows Hadbagan and Triveni people love food, and your hands together with the mothers of this village have continued to bless us. And when everyone was talking, one thought come to my mind, and in this age of social media, the first time I saw Tanti Marvin on Facebook, I was like, what? You know, and it's amazing, you know, and she's there commenting and sharing her blessings, and she's well up to date, and this is really remarkable and, you know, something to admire, that no matter what age, you know, she's there for all of us. And the thing is, I know that she continuously shares her blessing with us, but one of the things that she really blessed us with is all her children. And anyone can attest that the strength and the continuation of Sanatan Dharma in this community and at the mandir is no doubt the blessings of her children. And even though some of them have moved on and started sharing dharma and knowledge out there, their blessings and their knowledge and their talents would not be, you know, our temple would not be the same without them. And for that, we have to say a big thank you, Tanti Mamin. May the Lord continue to bless you with great strength, with happiness, with love, and from all of us at Triveni, thank you, we love you. Sitaram.
So at this time, I'd like to invite all the children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. You know, one of the things that we've been specially blessed with in our family, you know, usually when people get married, they say we get an in-law. You know, but what we've really gotten are brothers and sisters, you know, who look out for us and care for us and love us as if they are our own siblings. And the night would not be complete without having one of our additional brothers saying a few words. So I'd like to invite Sudesh to bring greetings to Ma for her birthday.
Sitaram, everyone. There is so much has been said, and all of it is true. Now I have to talk about myself. Around about 27 years ago would have been the first time I was going to see my intended partner. And what I was looking for was confirmation. And the first time she was walking through Yako Airport, and I was looking at her, and I saw that. And what I saw was someone looking at me as a mother. She was looking at me as a mother would look at her child. And from that day, she became my mother as well. She never treated me differently. Before I got married, when I would come down to Hard Bargain, she would know, and there would be particular things that I would like to eat, like black eye mixed rice and coconut chutney. And the other kids would come home and they would open the pot, and the first thing they would say, "Oh, Sudesh is coming today." Isn't that special? I mean, I don't know anybody else would do that. So for that, I look at her as not, you know, like people say, "Oh, I love you." They use it loosely. They have someone that they would say, "Oh, that's much like my mom, that's like my dad," but they don't really mean it. And with her, she's always treated me as a son. And I always think of myself as a son. So when they ask to speak as a son-in-law, it's a word. And I didn't like it. But guess what? I am a son-in-law. And I'm very proud that she gave me, and I would say, one of her best. The best. She has made me what I am today. Because with her behind me, just like everyone had said, she was behind 6 of the younger kids. And she have given me what I am today. Everything. And without her, I don't think I would be where I'm at. Right? So the family in general has supported me in everything that I was doing and am doing. But my mother-in-law, I see, just like everybody has been talking, that Shakti, because she can teach you. I have seen that. She can give, and she gives a lot, generously. And when the time comes for her to be that Mahakali, she can be that also. And she can be as gentle as ever. So I see Durga Devi Shakti in her. And for that reason, I would like today to wish you, am I capable of even wishing her a happy birthday? Am I even capable of even speaking of her name? Because she is magnificent. If anyone, like Pandit was saying today, that think about your mother and your father first, then your guru, and then the Lord is behind. So if we were thinking, oh, let's go and do satsang and Ramayana and do Aarti to Bhagwan, and our mother is sitting right there, and do not show her the respect that she deserves, not only we are creating a sin for ourselves, but the Lord is looking at us and probably shaking his head like this and saying, why are you coming to me? When your mom and dad is sitting there and probably grieving for you to embrace them. So let's not forget our mother, our father, and our elders, because they are the ones that's molding us to be what we are. Thank you.
I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything that all of us can do through the years. You've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you through the years. I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so, but through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I know how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you through the years. It's better every day. You kiss my tears away. As long as
mother is the majesty of this world. Your mother's love should never forget. You won't think to do that you want to regret. Never treat your mother bad, never make her cry. Make your mother happy and that she never wish you cry. Never make her cry. Make your mother happy and that she never wish you cry. Never let me water till the well run dry. Just when your mother must be told it's alright. Your mother's love she'll never forget. You won't think to do that you want to regret. Your mother's love she'll never forget. You won't think to do that you want to regret.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Sitaram, everybody. So now, to a really special song to my grandma, to Nana. I see what it means after, right? चंदा है तू मेरा सूरज है तू वो मेरी आंखों का तारा है तू चंदा है तू मेरा सूरज है तू वो मेरी आंखों का तारा है तू जीती हूँ मैं बस तुझे देख के इस टूटे दिल का सहारा है तू चंदा है तू मेरा सूरज है तू कितना सुंदर है तू छोटा सा है कितना प्यारा है तू चंदा है तू मेरा सूरज है तू कितना सुंदर है तू छोटा सा है कितना प्यारा है तू चंदा है तू मेरा सूरज है तू पूरे वाले बन बचपन के बादल तन में उड़े, जो भी तुझे लिखे हुए कहे, किस्मत का ऐसा दुलारा है तू, चंदा है तू, मेरा सूरज है तू, ओ मेरी आंखों का तारा है तू, जीती हूँ मैं बस तुझे देख के, इस टूटे दिल का सहारा है तू, चंदा है तू, मेरा सूरज है तू. So this really wonderful song would explain why 3 generations after my grandmother could stand here so beautifully together in unity. This is the translation of the last verse. The wind blows through the forest and the birds fly through the garden. God willing, someday you too will fly in the sky like a cloud. Whoever sees you, they will say, what a mother's darling are you. Nani saw in all of us. You are my moon, you are my sun. Oh, you are the very sparkle in my eyes. Thank you, Nani. I love you.
So, before I hand over to Panditji, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I know it has been long. We are aware that some of you have been here since 5 o'clock. Until now, the program went a little bit longer than we anticipated, but it's really an outpouring of love that we really wanted to do for our mama. Thank you for being so kind and patient and understanding with us. I'd like to thank Brahmachariji, who came and he did the Abhishek, always such a wonderful friend and a family member. You know, he joined with us. Panditji, who joined with us earlier today for puja, and Panditji, who was so kind and accommodating. He did a wonderful discourse. Panditji, thank you. You and your group for sharing with us tonight. Meals have been prepared. Please stay and partake after we're finished. As Brahmachariji requested, that we should do a final Hanuman Chalisa whilst we take Hanumanji back to his resting place. So we'll all join in Hanuman Chalisa, and then we'll hand over to Panditji to do. Oh, okay, my mom wants to say something. So before we do the Hanuman Chalisa, I'll hand over to her, and then we'll go directly to Hanuman Chalisa and then to Arati.
Sit around, everyone. Sit around. Well, I was expecting something, but not this. You know, I read somewhere where they say, don't come to my grave and tell me how wonderful I am. Tell me while I'm alive, so I will know. And this made me believe I am really loved, and I really love each and every one of you. And I lost my sister a little while ago. And she said to me, Auntie, I lost my mom, but you are our mom now. And that is a great honor to me to hear them say so. Because I really love those children. They grew up in my hands and they are all my children. And you're my children. I couldn't expect nothing more. You're great. And I love you guys. And may God bless each and every one of you. May you live long and happy. And Panditji, thanks for bearing with us. Okay. And stay and partake, and meals have been prepared for everyone. And like to see you again tomorrow.